Yes, how you doing? Of course, Luzze Andrew Anderson is my name, and today I've been tasked, of course, to talk about memories of radio, that is Mowzey Radio, together with Weasel, and of course we had a couple of moments. Yo, many said every single when someone talks about Mowzey Radio, I think he's one of in our generation, yeah. He's one of the most talented, gifted artists, Uganda has ever produced. Not only even, by the way, in Uganda, but the whole of Africa. Of course, again in Nigeria, and people got so surprised. Of course, he was once again nominated for BET, though it is only Eddie Kenzo who brought the BET back in the country. So, Bambuziza, I talk about the memories, everything I remember about radio. And of course, the memories are so many. Zenzjukira ku Mowzey Radio together with Weasel. My first encounter with radio, I think Yatandi Kabovi, it wasn't a good one. But with my experience on TV, most of the times I could come and, I could talk about radio and how much he's really super talented and gifted and all that. So they get to be nominated. No, I think Bali against were they nominated? I think they were nominated for the BET, and by that time Kabshenga was still running Vision Group. Yeah, Vision Group of companies. So I think yali yakoze akayimba nagamba Kabshenga lwaki totusasula tusasule Kabshenga tusasule. Vision Group, because they are having radios, they are having TVs, and they are having newspapers. Holiday, that's Gary always said, New Vision is still there, even Bukede. So, Mami Kabshenga being the MD, I think by that time, they didn't publicize, they didn't promote, the good event they want to know, but radio, Baba nominating them on BET. So the whole of Vision Group, they did not talk about them. So when I noticed that, I think by that time I was working on WBS TV. Yeah, it is some time back. So each time I remember at one moment during that period, Two-Face, yes, Two-Face. So I could put up even those pictures during my morning show, Morning Flavor. So in between there, they come back to the country. Of course, they did not get the award. So I was with Narine Coco Finger, the artist. I was with one other guy. He was a very good production person, by the way, still now. I call it international TVs, but it's Onen Patrick, but I decided to call him One. Yeah, so it was me, Coco Finger, and One. Coco Finger came to my place and then picked me up, and he wanted us to go partying. So Ngainaka Open Roof. I don't know if you guys remember Open Roof ya Coco Finger. So netugenda ku silk eliseereyo mu industrial area nga ya kabinyo. So we came in his open roof. Remember, open roof yali over 2-seater, yeah? Like you sit 2-seater? Yeah, I think it was a 2-seater. Nainga abamu you can sit like emabega, yeah? Nga mu boot naino tulanga oli wabweru. So we entered the club. By then, VIP ngeri waggulu. So netulinya ninya madala. But me being a quiet one, we tried to ingira Club Silk in the VIP. Coco Finger yasooka okujja n'ayitawo kati n'asanga radio yali asooka ku mulyango. And Wizo n'amala n'addako mukajjukirako akantu ka waggulu. So Coco Finger ajja abonga ku radio banyumyanyumyamu awo amala bonga ku Wizo ng'ayingira. Then my guy one naye najja n'abonga ku radio n'amala n'abonga ku Wizo n'ayingira kati nganza asembayo my guy. Remember the entry is small. So when nzija semanyi zanze bayimbi, more so if it's at night or because of the kind of the show that I used to do, it was a gossip show. So nenzija gamba why sija babu zanze kampiteo. So as I was passing by them, then radio is like, Anderson. Ngamba hey mnange boy story chimbade sikulabi. Then I came to greet him like so. Then from nowhere ananywiza mukono nyo. And then he's like, Ninda kukukuba. And I was like, Ninda kukuba. Nesibitegera chali yankube bikone mu face. Ningwa wansi. When I go, and Wizo is seated there. Nga ye wali atudde butuzinga ntunulia. Kati in the club, Maseri waliyo Emma Carlos. Emma Carlos, I think by then, I think he was still bali parting ways with Khalifa Aganaga. So Emma Carlos was there and he could see what is happening this side. And because these guys were in front of me, so ngabo tebanda bambu bali mukunkuba. So Emma Carlos is like, Coco, they are beating your guy. Never de mabega. Naye, it was like in a blink of an eye. Nga nkubya wenzama mangu ndoze bikonde byali nganga asatu mu face ningwa wansi kati bali badda nenzuruka emisinde. I went back to the car nenga ate ne motoka jengenze it's an open roof car, so kiba kitegeeza oli waba kunonyeko abaati asobola okufuna bulungi. So Coco Finger did not come out, but one came out n'akomawo mu motoka. And I was crying because I didn't know why I was beaten up. So he's like, I'm going to talk to them. Let's go back. Then I went back. I talked to the Emma Carlos. And then Emma is like, don't give them attention. Don't even talk about it on your show, because I used to do that morning show. No, don't even talk about them. So he beat me so bad. First ya zimbo bumonde, like, so, and in the morning, of course it was late, and in the morning I had to work. So what happened, ninyambala, umanyi scarf zaba siram, yeah, those scarves. So ninyambala scarf, ngola wako wanowe what, naningango mujetiri, and people, and I did mention about it. So after some time, I was asking myself, but what did I do wrong to radio? So after a long time, they heard Baliba in a concert. So they made a press conference, so I had to come through. And by then, Baliba Chakola Noye yali manager wa Bobby Wine, President Bobby Wine. Yochali yalinga Baliba mitani, I'm forgetting, yali choli. So I go there. Nga Wizo waliwo Wizo, waliwo radio. No Yochali na yeye aliwe yali manager wa His Excellency Bobby Wine. So after now like some good time, like even a year, nemugamba naye kabulaza wankuba, but why did you beat? Because now the press conference yali ewede katinga bya kunyumya nangamba olaba olina ki story kye wakola ku TV mbu twagende wa Steve Jean mu studio ye, then Wizo najjamu engatto mungengatte ewunya carbon mugere. And I don't remember, but I don't remember. So we had a chat. Because now they've told me experience with Mowzey radio. So nemugamba, because Sony, they wanted to sign them up. What happened? That was, I think, the longest conversation I've ever had with Mowzey radio. Nangamba babachali webakusaininga basaininga abantu bangi mu Africa, but ebiseera ebisinga if they see someone super talented in Africa, because by then Sony was promoting artists in Nigeria. So nga bwe balaba nti waliwo ate bannayuganda oba bannaggana oba bannakenya nga bakikuba nnyo, like they are super talented artists, then what they do as Sony, what he told me, nangamba babasayininga baba babasasula, they pay you very well, they do everything for you very well, but you don't make production like music abatafuluma nosirikirawo. Kiba kitegeeza obanga oli muyimbi ng'oli super talented ng'obadde osobola okukola katugeze miliyoni 3 buli mwezi, bo bayinza okuwa miliyoni 5 oba 10 buli mwezi, naye ate nga tofulumya music. So at the end of the day ne batukuttirawo bo ne bapromoting abantu be baba baagadde. By that time they were promoting those guys in Nigeria. So nangamba nachitulamu nangamba you look at the people they signed up. I think by that time bali ba signing at Nava Gray, bali ba signing at Keko, and you could notice ever since Keko signed with Sony, there is nothing they did. I would say there is nothing basically they did for her, given the fact that she was training here in Uganda. The same thing happened to Nava Gray. Nagamba, so if you can look at those artists, so that's why me as Mowzey Radio nabigana. So it was a very long, I think we had a chat like for 3 hours. I think Chago Bana Papa Chag, I think he was also around. So Mowzey, with the experience I had with him, he was talented and he knew that he was talented and he liked what he was doing. Nga yewe chijjo recording a music ayagala nnyo kasomugamba studio session, he would go there, but he was a happy person still, again, you know, very very happy and very yalinga nnyo. Most of the times for the people who interacted with them ochegendeza nti ebiseera ebisinga it was radio ngajja mukafo yabakuba emboozi, the way you see Chameleon do it, nga yabakuba emboozi mwenalina ne mumwetola, but Weasel is quiet. Even during the interviews, all the interviews you've seen, most of the time Weasel could just yenga following Asirika. He was the good boy, I would say, but people loved Mowzey Radio more because he was entertaining. He was a fun person to be around with. Yeah, so that was the encounter. It was a very long conversation. Then the next time when it happened, I think Katiao yali food day now. Yeah, yali food day. And I think it was our first lockdown. Yeah, lockdown is okay, I did serious, yeah. No vehicles could move. Nebagamba bali babayitanga batya first workers. How what did they call them? Priority workers? Something mubajukirawo. Priority essential workers bebalinga bakola. So it happened to be that I was blessed to be among the essential workers in the country, so I could move around. Yeah, I could move around. So nengamba kangene nsareko ku Weasel, we have a chat. I think Josh, you were the one on the camera, right? Yeah, you were the one on the camera. So together in Weasel, it was also another long conversation, but he told me that things had changed, you know, ever since radio were far, because by then, you know, they could have a lot of people at their house. Neverland, jukira Neverland walweri awagulije babagoba mjefu, so katibaine ya wansi abantu nga bajja nnyo, because we went there I think in the morning. Nagamba kati buno bude mujjiddeko zali sawa nga 5-6 that is the time, of course. Awosanga radio nga tudda waweru kabalaza, and then they are drinking beers and having fun, and the girls are around. They used even to have I think club beer, yeah, club beer, Bell Nile, yeah. Bali baba wa they were like ambassadors in some way. Nga baba wa fridge ngambiramu Nile eka nga company etuuka buli mwezi nga baleeta Nile nga zijjulamu overa cold, yeah. So nangamba most of the things changed, and I noticed Weasel was depressed. Like ever since the death of radio, Weasel never teated, because he told me now it is Weasel. Yagamba oli yali yafuka Muganda, where they used to do everything basically together, you know. Nga newe yagala kubukinga radio yekka gamba oba toyita Weasel, then we are not working. So lots of things had changed in his life. Lots of things had changed in his life, and he said it naga munange luli eri ku social media. Social media was good, and you know, nga abantu babagala nnyo, naye ever since radio yafa abantu abasinga bonna ne batema. So Weasel is a lonely guy. But it is okay. It is okay, you know. It is okay. But he had, of course, he had releases Akaimba, Akapia. And the jam was good, but it did not move as much as they used to be together with the radio. So recently, by the way, it was last week, we had that conversation. It was a long one, and of course, I think they'll put for you a link there, and you'll see it. So omurundi ogwaddako, even the first encounter was wembagambye muno twanyumya nnyo with him like for 3 hours with radio. Era you will see a simple clip. I think they'll put the link down there. Mukalabe nimgamba, now you're going to do a show. Yeah, we've won it. Yeah, he was a good guy. So I think it was last week. I was talking to Chaga, that is aka Papa, Chaga Papa, that one there. He had called me. They are promoting some lady called Ruth Grace. I'm promoting her. I'm managing her right now, Chaga. So he called me and was keeping up with how the airplay is doing. But he was at Weasel's place. So Weasel namubuza, ani goyogera naye papa? Koye ndi mukogera na Anderson. Nenda mteke ku video. Then they called on a WhatsApp video call. And then Weasel again, we talked like for 2 hours. Papa business. So nangamba, man, Anderson, man, abantu batuchawa, nayenze ndi ize ngenda guma. Nayenga, he was happy and he was having some drinks, and you know, he was having waliwo mchale everyday Sudan. They did a collab, by the way, with Weasel. Yeah. I think you can check it out. You can check out that song, but it's not on the YouTube. Yeah, Weasel Kuoyo Mchalo Sudan. You have the Southern Sudan. So Nangamba, but he's depressed. He's very, very depressed, and he will never be the same. That is the thing. Tajatedera. The brothers have tried to talk to him sometimes, but it is because of depression. Yeah. So when it comes talking about radio, solo kogera paka. But I think he was a good guy, but I think he died when he was unhappy because he felt like Ugandans had not appreciated him to the extent they were supposed to, you know, appreciate him. Ali very unhappy, very, very unhappy, by the way, because he felt like appreciating. You may ask like how, you know. Because yalinganga akola obuvuyo bungi, so bannayuganda ne babanga abamuchawa nga balinga batamulabawo. Even by the time, by the way, he died, ne concerts nga zikendedde. So, but yeah, yali alaba akoledde bannayuganda too much good that they paid him wrongly. Yeah. So I think when it comes to Mowzey Radio, I think those are now, those are in the encounter. Kati not in an encounter, no gamba, kati na ulida chino, naliwo chino nga chibirao, but those were specific encounters, basically one-on-one with Mowzey Radio.